Hey everybody, it's Doris Ptolemy here, and I have my friend all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. That's in the US for all you girls that are in, oh my goodness, Australia, New Zealand, and all over the world. Miss Shelley Megallo is, so she lives in Atlanta, and this lady is like, oh my God, we had such a great call just connecting about a week ago. We spent a good hour for sure on the phone and just chatting. She has 30 years of experience training women in creating a life they love through personal and professional coaching. She has a world of stuff to tell us tonight. And I'm just going to give her the floor because she knows what she's doing. And have at her, Miss Shelley. I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Thank you, Doris, so much. You are such a joy, and thank you for this opportunity of being able to reach women in other areas of the world. And thank you for your vision of bringing people together.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it. Uh, I have been teaching women, as Doris mentioned, for over 30 years, and I train women specifically to have a great life. Most of us are so good at nourishing and nurturing so many people, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes at the end of the day, we sometimes feel like there's something missing. So, wouldn't it be an incredible experience for us to actually feel good about who we are, to feel good, as I call it, in our skin, and to be able to, as a result, be able to produce even greater results personally and professionally? Because when we learn to actually include ourselves, the world opens up in a way that normally we aren't even aware of. We're not aware of it in any way. So I teach women both through the Power of Women seminar that I've been teaching for 30 years, and I developed that. And also the one-on-one coaching that I do is tailored specifically to women's personal or professional needs, or both.
That's
Um,
awesome.
yes, and
Mhm.
I developed this work out of uh, really going through a whole life's journey of looking for how to heal my own life and sharing what worked for me with other women. Women actually saw me go through incredible changes and asked me to start to teach them, and that was 30 years ago.
Wow.
So I've been all over the country in the United States. I love this work. I'm passionate about women. I'm an absolute advocate for women having a great life, and I feel that it is our birthright to have a life that we love. Uh, Doris, is there anything in particular that you'd like me to address tonight? Because there's so much I can talk about here.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I know that there's going to be lots, and we're going to do this more than once.
I
And
want to do this a lot with you.
yeah,
Yes, I think it's
and
important
you
for
know,
the
we'll
ladies.
just add a few things every time we get on. What we're going to do is I'm going to post your web page on there and your link for your Facebook so people can get a hold of you there, and we'll
Right.
just, go from there. I think maybe, I don't know if you have a subject like that you'd like to talk about that you can, um, short and sweet, like, because we don't want to make this too long. That you something like a starter thing, like what would you do for me? Say, like when I heard you when you gave me the example of, loving you in your skin. I'm
Yes.
like, yeah, I need that. Like, yep, right. Like I was like all over you when you're telling me all your stuff. So tell me a little bit about that. Like, just give the ladies an example.
Well, that's an interesting thing, because it really is, it's a literal thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
About feeling good in your skin. But what I mean by that, Doris, is uh, feeling good with yourself, with the whole person: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, however you believe about life.
Yeah.
And there is a manner of being able to let go of whatever we hold on from day to day, or even from our past, that keeps us in that same old reactive pattern that sometimes we want to pull our hair out. We don't know what to do about it.
Mm-hmm.
or feel so stressed out from pushing so much all the time. So what I would suggest in the beginning is for women to actually, first of all, decide if they want to make those changes with themselves. It isn't like you have to go get something.
Yeah.
You already are who you are. It's a matter of being able to release the stuff. I call it the barnacles on the ship, so that you can get out of your own way. Yeah. And be able to experience much more joy and love in your life. Isn't that what we all want?
Yeah.
You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can have all the money in the world and still not be satisfied with yourself. And I've certainly trained very, very, very wealthy women over the years, and women who are just starting out with what they're discovering, what they're passionate about.
Yeah.
So it's an internal discovery. One that has to be mastered. There's no other way around it, because we're trained in a certain way in life. But then as we go along in life, that training, that automatic reaction that we all have, gets in the way of really having the satisfaction. And that automatic reaction is always putting our attention on everything else and everyone else and trying to push ourselves to produce the results. Because that automatic reaction actually gets in the way. Now, nothing wrong with our survival mechanism. That's part of the survival. It's also the way we've been trained in our societies. But we can actually do something about it. And I teach women step by step how to release those old reactive ways, so that not only do they feel good with who they are, but they actually learn how to get out of the way to produce even more extraordinary results without the push. We're all used to the push.
Yes. Yes.
Boy, does that slow us down, because we're never really, really satisfied in that world.
No.
So it's a dilemma, and it's one that we're all of us are striving pretty much for the same thing, I think, from the thousands of women I've impacted over the years. That's certainly been what everyone has told me. So, we can accomplish this one-on-one. We can accomplish it through the Power Woman Seminar, which is a much more rapid way of doing it. I also can provide classes online in whatever form that is needed.
That's awesome.
But for you, you're talking about where would I start? I start, if we were doing some personal work, I would really want to hone in on what you're passionate about, Doris. Now, look, I already know that you're extraordinarily passionate. You have enough passion for 1,000 women.
Oh, thanks. But sometimes I don't know what it is. What?
So how about if we were to actually get it very nailed down, so that there's an experience within yourself that you could recreate it over and over again, like exercising a muscle at the gym.
Yes.
And then actually using it as an experience, as energy to produce results in the world. Then the results become more focused, more clear, actually even greater, because you're learning to get out of your own way. So we could begin to accomplish that, and that's part of what I do in the personal coaching. We also do it in the Power Woman Seminar. However, in the Power Woman Seminar, we first have to get some foundational work done, and then we do that in a little bit more advanced work. But it gets accomplished, and the women wind up mastering their lives very rapidly.
So when you do these seminars, like, do you do it like a Zoom profile like this, platform, or do you actually do it live? Is it always live for you?
Well, I haven't done it with Zoom, although I am very interested in doing it with Zoom.
Okay.
I have been doing conference calls very often throughout the country. I have not done the video part of it, but I will do it, and I'm ready to do it. There's nothing holding me back. I mean, look, I've taught so many people, and look, it's all been word of mouth. And as you know, I'm not a technical genius on these things. I live out of my passion and my pure love for the women to get a life that they love, and that's the bottom line for me. And I think that's the most important thing for me, unless somebody else do the technical part, like you.
Well, hey, this is awesome. Like, I love what you're saying, and I think what we could do together, and I'm not sure how it's going to work, but I think if you do, maybe every couple weeks or something, we get together and do a call like this, and you can
Yes.
share something else, and then get some interest from the women, and then maybe we can do a Zoom one day with 5 or 6. I mean, we could do as many as 100 people.
Oh,
So,
that would be
but
fun.
I mean, there's still, I mean, you must charge to do this. So we have to figure out a way, how to
That,
do it, or you can we can get more girls together, and
right.
then they can choose whether or not they want to go on board with you and get coached, something like that,
Sure.
right?
Yeah. We
Yeah,
can do that for sure. And that'd be fun. And yes, Doris, I definitely want to do this every couple of weeks with you. No
okay,
question. No
okay,
question.
awesome, awesome.
You
Okay,
are so much fun, and it's so, and we're really very aligned together. So,
pardon?
your commitment to women, we're very aligned with that.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Okay,
And
so
by the way, I wanted to tell you that the women can download some information from me. Unfortunately, I do have a zip line for that, but I don't have the specifics of it right in front of me. A friend of mine was it all together.
okay,
So,
on your
excerpt from
website,
my book.
sorry, on your website you have a book, don't you?
Yes, I do. There is
Okay.
an excerpt they can download. There is also a book that my book that they can, anyone can purchase, of course.
Yeah.
But you can certainly download that excerpt free of charge completely, no problem.
Okay. So when we're done, I'm gonna put this all on Facebook on the group, and you guys will be able to connect with Shelly, and we'll have her Facebook page on there and everything, so you'll be able to connect with her. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you very, very much. This has been fun, and I can't wait to hear more. And I'm sure the ladies are going to say the same.
Thank you so much. It was a joy to be with you, Doris, and I look forward to what's next.
Awesome. Well, you be blessed and have a great night.
You too.